Welcome back to Comic-Con 2015, everybody. Max and Anthony here on the show floor, and we have got a treat for you this time. We've got...
This time. Not like
this
that
time, not like all those other times. Forget all those other
guys.
We got people. Brian Michael Bendis, Michael Avon Oeming. Welcome, both of you, to the stage.
Thank you for having us. Big fan of Loot Crate. We're actually in a Loot Crate. Have you shown the outside of it?
It's very meta.
It's like a Jew crate.
Now, I'm supposed to introduce you guys to executive producers on Powers, but you've obviously done so much more than that leading up to Powers. I mean, you guys have got a long, storied career.
Yeah, I worked at McDonald's. What did you do?
Right.
You worked at a parking garage. Yeah. Yep.
So tell us, what have you guys sort of revealed so far about Powers Season 2?
About Season 2?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we announced, the storyline is Who Killed Retro Girl, which is the storyline of our first collection on Powers.
That's the original arc.
The original arc, the very first storyline, but it will have a different consequences in the series as it takes its own life. And it will be the debut in Season 2 as we open up the world of Powers. It will be the debut of many characters from the book, including Super Shock, who was like the biggest superhero of all time, and many other characters. So,
okay, so leading into Season 2, I'm going to level with you guys. I have not watched Season 1 yet. It's one of those things. I'm out. I'm out.
We're bailing on that. You can just jump over the ledge and just run off. We wouldn't be able to stop you.
You're very clearly busy with the toys from the Loot Crate.
Everything I'm playing with. Well, no, there's a very specific reason, and I need to know that the caveman fucking issue
has this been resolved.
I will tell you.
When is this in the show?
My goal is, well, we didn't do that till like year 7. Like, you really got to build up.
You got to build up.
Yeah. You can't just drop that Season 2.
You can't just, yeah.
But Sharlto Copley, who plays Walker on the show, he has spent the whole summer reading and rereading, and then he just like 3 weeks ago sent this long email going, "We have to do that. I want to be a caveman and a samurai."
You're having actual meetings about this.
No, he was like, "We got to do it now. We got to like."
If we want to build the series to get to that point, that would be absolutely amazing.
We have the good news is, if we get to there in the seasons, right, we have a lead that's like dying to do it.
Yeah.
So
like having a star.
This is just like the cornerstone of like the whole series. We just got to get to this point.
For people who don't know, we did a storyline in Powers, which is usually a homicide investigating in World of Powers. But then all of a sudden we surprised the audience and did a storyline without any warning that reveals all the secrets of Walker. And one of them is that he's been around forever. He was literally used to be a caveman, right? So we did one whole issue that was a caveman, and one whole issue that as a barbarian, and then a samurai, and then what a hero was.
He's like a 1920s like brawler,
a pulp hero. and then so that first issue, the arc, it's almost all silent. And it's cavemen. It's very 2001.
Yeah.
The half ape, half men around the watering hole, and there's a lot of them are having sex with each other.
Yes, like you do.
And because it's a new storyline, we gained like 1,000 new readers. So there was 1,000 people in the world who that was the first thing they've ever read, and they're probably reading going, "Really? What is going on here?
I thought we lost 1,000 readers."
Well, we may have, but in the beginning. But what happened is, and I have my email address in the book. And then for months, if not years, my email would be flooded by people making monkey sex jokes in the header, to the point where I'm sure I'm on some watch list.
Well, it looks like a decade
AOL had to have reported me.
Right.
As there's some monkey sex ring.
Well, to be clear, there was a panel
out.
where the script said, and the monkey woman is leaning over, and you can see everything. So it's not like a tasteful depiction of monkeys reproducing in the woods.
Right there.
But I love that we have a TV show that this might happen on.
Well,
and that we have an actor who said,
ground.
"Please, let me do this."
That's how you guys have been trying to make this TV show for as long as you've been doing the book.
In the year 2000, when the first issues came out,
Image puts out issue 1.
On this floor of this convention, Sony bought it. 2000.
That day.
At the show, Saturday, handshake, deal was made the following week.
And you've been trying to get this off the ground. You filmed a pilot for FX.
Yes.
And FX decided we're not going to pick this up. And now you actually have a second season. How has this show changed in your guys' minds from what you wanted the TV show to be? 15 years ago, it was just going to be the book, right? You were going to make these
I don't
two
know.
things.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, we
Hard to
hadn't
say that.
we hadn't built the mythology of the comic book when we first came out. When they first bought it, they bought literally like the first 2 issues.
Yeah.
Like we had just started, and we didn't even know we were going to get 6 issues out of it. Neither one of us had individually sold enough comics on a monthly basis to justify a color comic that would have cost. So the fact that Image let us, you know, with my scary 2,000
I drew the
readers,
first 4 issues of Powers in a security guard booth.
that he was working
At midnight.
Kidding me.
No. Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so we had no
Cool.
idea.
And then when we were on the set of Powers, I took a picture of our parking lot. And I go, look, from parking lot to parking lot, we're back. But
I could always fill in at the lot, you know.
when we were first bought to be a feature, for years we were developed as a feature. Frank Oz was attached to direct. That was a very cool year.
Yeah.
Always interesting people coming and going off the project. And a lot of comics, even today, will be bought here, and they don't, nothing happens. And we're like, oh, it would, you know, it'd be too bad if nothing happened. But it was always actively in development. And our lovely manager / executive producer over there, David Engel, was able to maneuver it into Sony Television, where, because it ended up, as the years progressed, that it revealed itself to be more of a television show than a movie franchise.
That's way better suited for it. It's
It
way
is.
better.
It's a cop show with superheroes. That's what we were writing. That's what it is, right? And so and at Sony Television, we met a man named Chris Parnell, not the actor, who happened to be our biggest fan and happened to be positioned to get the show up and running, and made it his goal. He's also the guy that got Preacher going on thing. He sticks with it.
Wow, he's getting the impossible project done.
A lot of us who love this stuff, he's our biggest champion. He's there in the dirt, taking pie to the face to get this stuff done.
Yeah.
And he walked it over to FX, and they bought it right there. They loved it. It was never a perfect fit for them. They don't have a lot of genre stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
Before the strain, there wasn't really thing, but it was such a great experience. I can't even tell you personally.
It really was, yeah.
You see those TV shows they make over there. They make good shows, and they're smart people, and they're very
And they forced
loyal.
us to think harder about the product.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. Really, it was. It was all good, really.
But in the end, it wasn't going to fit. And here's the good news of what happened. This really answers your question. Is the question you asked 45 minutes ago?
It's good to end on a positive.
You can edit all this out. Is that if we would have come out even as a movie or a TV show like in 2004 or 2007, the main audience, the mainstream audience, hadn't acclimated fully to the rules of superhero genre to have it flipped over. And the people who read the comic already read a lot of comics, and they knew what we were doing. We knew how we were fucking with it. And that audience may have been confused. And it's funny, one of the writers in our writer's room this year on Powers is Ben Edlund, the creator of The Tick. And he went through that, where The Tick came out as a TV show years ahead of its time.
Yeah, everybody got the humor in that show.
If you were a comic book fan.
If you were a comic fan, but if they would put it out now, it would kill, because now people know Arrow and
when I started hearing people say, "Oh God, not another origin story," I was like, "Yes, that's perfect. That's what we're primed for. We're primed for the people who have a 9-to-5 and don't read comics, who are like, you know, I've seen all these tropes already. Another origin story, blah blah blah."
I totally get it.
Now they're ready for Powers.
So all over the course of the 15 years that it's taken to get here, and it's been 15 solid years. Yeah. There's a movie every 3 months, and there's 45 TV shows on the air, and the mainstream audience knows the rules of the genre, whether they know it or not, giving us this perfect platform on the perfect platform to flip it over and show them something else. And that's what the comic was, and now that's what the TV show can be. So that's what second season will be.
Powers Season 2 is coming. Powers Season 1 is available on the PlayStation Network right now. You can go read Mice Templar and Fortune and Glory if you're into the old school, as some people are. And please, please look forward to full frontal caveman nudity on the PlayStation
the cornerstone.
Network.
And Loot Crate will have a special
where you just
crate.
open it up and you see
like
everything.
Like a merkin.
See all the
open
monkey
up.
stuff.
Sorry, Loot Crate. We're so sorry.
Stuff.
All the
you
monkey
see
stuff.
all the monkey stuff.
Hashtag monkey stuff.
Monkey sex, Loot Crate. Yeah, but that's legally obligated now, right? You have to do
no, it's right.
These interviews are a binding contract.
But listen, I got kids, and when Loot Crate comes, it's like Christmas. I'm not joking.
They're like their favorite thing in the world.
Love it. And Daddy won't let them have any of it, but you know, these are collector's items. You can't play with this. But I love Loot Crate. Love it. Love it more than you.
Oh.
That's how much I love it.
Damn.
Right.
Now I feel sheepish. David Oeming and Brian Michael Bendis, thank you so much, guys.
Boom.
Thanks, man.
You got it.